Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Perth Motorplex. Actually, do we want to change the rotation? No, it's fine. And here we are, the Barbagallo. I think that's how you say it. And we have the tribute cars on scene, on hand here. Mobil 1 Gold Black. Williamson, they have, of course, kept the 3 for this vehicle. 2 tribute cars actually on hand here at the Perth Motorplex. 30,000 to win tomorrow night. And it'll be very interesting. You got the actual, I guess you could call it full-blown tribute kind of look over here with the Priolo, David Priolo, apparently the faster one. That's what they say, at least.
Good shirt you got on, champ.
A good shirt?
A good shirt on.
A good shirt. Yes, we do have a decent shirt on us. Let's see here. Orientation is locked. We do have the Williamson shirt on here today. And are they going out for
engine starts and
engine heat? Okay.
Yeah, engine heat as you would call it. And
look at how green the grass is. Could you go putt over there?
Yes, you could. It's like a mini golf course.
I mean, this is insane here.
Yeah. Isn't every speedway like this in America, Chaz?
There's nothing like it in America. I mean, close.
I'm taking the piss.
Would be some of the NASCAR tracks. Like, if the NASCAR people cared about their NASCAR tracks, then maybe.
Yeah.
But they don't care about them.
No,
like, Charlotte's an amazing facility, but they just don't care about it.
Yeah. But this is, maintained by the government, so it's nice.
Well, NASCAR's the closest thing to the government. And then we have El Caminos here.
Yeah, all the utes.
El Caminos. But then you call trucks utes.
They're utes. That's a ute.
That's a real ute, right?
It's
Wherever
ute.
it went. Yeah.
The one you're driving is a ute as well.
The one I was driving.
You was driving. What happened there, Chaz?
Sometimes things aren't meant to be in the world. Sometimes
you just stand on it, don't you? Both feet.
We stood on it. That's what
both
happened.
Feet.
That's
what?
both
feet.
All right, we gotta walk away from that. So, what's in the tent? We're trying to hold off here.
We are going to be in 2 minutes. You're going to go into the tent because there's 10 or so fully restored Steve Kinser sprint cars.
Steve Kinser.
Steve Kinser's cars. Every car that he raced in Australia is in that tent.
Really?
The car.
Oh my, who's this?
Hey, Shawn. Here he is now.
He's running away.
Yeah, that's the guy that restored him.
And I guess we're going to have to go in there and do it now because he just walked away.
Yeah, no, he's coming back in 2 minutes. I think he's going to the bathroom.
And what's the story on this Shawn guy? He's like the American dream in Australia, right?
Shawn's just a victim like we all are. He's been around racing his whole life, and he was, full-time with Jeff Kendricks for years when they used to run 3 cars as a young fella. That's where we all met when we were all boys, just racing around, trying to do our best. And then Shawn's, developed his business, Gold Star Transport, into a big business. And his passion is obviously racing, and he owns the car that Brock Zierfoss drives. And the last 20 years, I suppose, he's restored all these magnificent cars you're about to see. And they've been restored to the nth degree.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, it's the original chassis. It's the original tyres. It's the original crew uniform. It's the original shock absorbers. It's the original everything. We're going to get looking up.
Callum Williamson team that had to switch a motor around. And we got another set of hats here. Oh my God. Did you give him the hat? The one they had?
Yeah, he loved it.
Loved it. Okay.
blow the horns all the time.
Oh, wow.
Callum's a grand favourite right now, justifiably so. You know, he's a gasser and he's a nice guy. People like to support good people, don't they?
Okay. That's why people are gathering around just for engine meat.
Just for engine meat.
It's like it's Kyle Larson or something.
Well, maybe. I think that's drawn a long bow, but Kyle Larson's the exception.
Right.
I don't think Kyle Larson's got as many tattoos as what Callum does.
Oh, well, no, that's true. I heard this, the Dave Friolo's better than Andrew Friolo.
No comment.
Oh, wow. Oh. That's a different look. There he is.
Coming here.
So here we go up into the tent. Oh, wow.
Shawn, this is Chaz.
All right. How's it going?
Chaz's business is YouTube. Yep. Right? And he's obviously based in Iowa. Is that where you are?
Yeah, that's where I'm out of right now. From Texas.
From Texas. Okay. So there was an old guy hanging around here that was going to give Chaz the rundown on your cars, and I said, not a chance. Not a chance is anyone talking about your cars. I just said to Chaz that they're all the Steve Kinser cars, mostly. Now he's interested. So they've all got a beautiful story. Enjoy, have fun.
Okay, all right.
No worries.
So they're not all yours, but they're a majority of yours, or?
That wall there is all mine.
Okay, so let's walk her down. This looks Ron Cricky.
So this is Ron Cricky's first Australian title car. So this was Bob Trossel brought this out with Tim Green, and Ron won his first Australian championship in 1985 in this car.
Now, a lot of people are hearing this Cricky name and they've seen Cricky Motorsports, but they don't know the background of Cricky. Like, I had no idea. Like, so what is the background of the Cricky brothers? Because they were pretty influential in the racing area here, correct?
So the Cricky Motorsport piece comes from the Bunbury Toyota, and they started out as a Toyota dealership, and they thought it was a good idea to get a sprint car to help advertise their business.
Okay.
So that's where it all started with that one there. And then after Ron won the Australian title, it moved on to, he raced for these guys, which was the Kendrick team. And this is his second Australian title winning car, which is the 1993 Australian Championship at Claremont Speedway.
And is this the same Kendrick with the Kendrick kid racing, or no? Different?
Yes, same
family
team, so same family. So Jeff owned this team, and I actually worked on it. So, and that year we had 3 cars, but Ron won the Australian Championship, and that was his car to win the Australian title.
Well, the crazier thing when you look at these older cars is the safety aspect. You know, people complain about safety nowadays with their full containment seats and everything, and it's like if something goes wrong there, good luck, you know.
Well, that was at the height of safety. So this was the low back seat with the pop riveted on headrest, and then we went to the high back seat. And then as we get down some of the other cars, we'll give you some updates there.
Okay, so we see a famous name on this one. Obviously, these are famous in their own rights.
Yep.
But it says Steve Kinser. So is this like, is this a car he rode in Australia? It has the whole kind of, you know, a decal on the side of the wing, number on the top of the wing. That's an Aussie thing.
So at the end of the collection, you'll see the poster that says the King of the Outlaws Down Under. And this is the Outlaws, the King of the Outlaws Down Under collection. And this is the first car that Steve Kinser raced in the 79-80 Tour. And he won his first feature race December 23rd, 1979 in this car.
Now, did he come over and did y'all have some boys that were keeping up with them pretty good?
Each car has its story and a little bit about the tour that goes with the car. So this tour was Doug Wolfgang, Jimmy Sills, Larry Burton and Steve Kinser. And this was his first tour, and Bob Trossel helped put this team together along with some guys out of California. So that was the Tognotti car, and then they went away for a couple of years, and then they came back, and they started the association with Brian Healy through the cigarette sponsorship, and they came with a JPS team.
Now this kind of looks like a gambler. Is that
This
what it
Gambler,
is?
this is the first of the, I suppose, the production cars. This is an 84 Gambler. So 84, 85 was this tour. And there was 4 of them. So there was Mark, Kelly, Steve and Randy in this tour.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in a video or something. They did a lot of throwback. Now, when you just said that first production car,
Yep.
these cars were prior to, I guess, what were y'all doing for sprint cars in that era of racing?
If you just put those two to one side, these cars here, they're Bob Trossel built cars, and they were not built like a production line. They were hand built, one each. True craftsman Bob was at what he did. And the Gambler cars were more a mass-produced style of things. So,
Right. Well, and I saw a car look like that in that Midnight Spares movie that was back there in the day.
Yep.
I guess that was about the same era as
About
that
the
time?
same era, yeah.
Okay. So this got a little bit more modern. It says 85, 88.
You like that? Thank you. They're
So
close.
and it looks like it got a little newer here. And he was saying earlier how these are all like the parts of the car. Like there's not a lot of reproduction work here.
There is 99, as much as I can possibly get to restore every one of them to the right piece. So that is actually the car. This one here is a reproduction of that one because that car is actually that car. And when they came back for that tour, they just painted it.
Okay.
But that is one of the 4, but that is actually Steve's car.
This is 101 Steve Kinzer.
101 Steve Kinzer. This is much as I could get to reproduce to that piece.
Okay. And so what was this here? It says that says 88 or 85, 86.
85, 86.
Now we're 86. So this is
87.
this following year then.
Yeah. So this was the tour afterwards. But this year there was 4 cars, and then this year only Randy and Steve came back.
And Randy Kinzer and a couple guys that weren't really mainstream in America. Like one of the surprise ones for me is Danny Smith. You know, he in the States. I mean, he ran a lot, raced a lot, but he never dominated. Like it seems like he did some real damage in Australia.
He did a lot of racing in Australia, and it's particularly in Warrnambool. He used to say to them, "The more you boo, the faster I'll go."
But was there a rivalry? Because now it seems like
yes.
the USA, and I've been critical of it because I think y'all got some real good hometown drivers, but it seems like the fans seem to cheer for the away team nowadays. I've been told that back in the day it was the other way around. Like they used to throw stuff at some of the late model guys and stuff.
I can't speak for late models. I'm a sprint car fan.
Okay.
And I'm a Steve Kinzer fan.
Okay.
So,
but there was a real rivalry. You're saying between
absolutely.
So the USA guys weren't always just red carpeted like they are today.
Not quite. No.
Not
But
quite.
It was all about racing, and some of the rivalries between Steve Brazier and Gary Rush and Danny Smith, Doug Wolfgang, they're legendary.
Really,
Absolutely.
in this country.
And part of the reason to save all this is about the history. The history that's saved here now. These cars and the history that goes with them is saved forever. So, but this is Peter Jackson. So this is the first of the Maxims. This is the second Maxim in Australia. So Jack Hewitt had the first one, but this is the first of the Kinzer Lightweight Special, which was Carl's car. And this is very similar to the one Steve raced in America, albeit back then they were reverse arm cars, and this is a standard arm piece. And this is as close as I can possibly get. It has the right cylinder heads, the right wheels, the right rear end, the right everything to be at absolutely 100% as close as I could get it.
Now, what was the process for Australia moving from the just build them roadster style sprint cars to this? Because I mean, shipping in today's world's hard as crap. I mean, the boats have changed over the years. How did they actually get World of Outlaw quality equipment to Australia?
They had dealers for Gambler cars that brought the Gamblers to Australia, and then post that. But the majority of the big teams, Gary Rush and Brian Donaldson, or Scruffy Donaldson as they called him back then, were instrumental in getting Maxims into Australia. And then a lot of the Australian teams followed what the Americans did, and not long after these cars came, there was lots of cars imported into Australia.
Now, I heard that some of the outlaw or sports end teams would bring their stuff over here and then kind of sell it off to help y'all get up to that era.
So in 2000, the Outlaws Down Under came, and then obviously all the Outlaws came to Parramatta. and that was Brian Healy's piece, along with a lot of other people to help. But that's when the 410s arrived in Australia. And
So y'all didn't have 410s prior to that?
these cars are all 372s, or those ones back there are 360s, 366 they were, and then the Quid car and from the Commodore car onwards there are 372s, and then these are 410s.
Okay.
That one there's a 372, that's Danny's car, but these two are 410s.
So you've only had 410 racing in Australia
From
since 2000.
Yeah.
Almost the same time this track here got birthed, you know, around the same era. So this was a Steve. Was that a Steve as well? Was Craig coming over? What was happening there?
Steve's car from his 2000 championship. That car's never raced in Australia. That was the first car that Craig Kinzer drove.
Okay.
And that was one of his spare cars. And then it was brought to Australia and never raced here. And then I got it. So, and that's the last car that Steve raced in Australia.
Okay.
So, which I brought from him. Basically when they finished. I brought all of them, and that was his car, and I saved that one. So.
And then Lasowski. Obviously, y'all did a throwback with the Zerfoss. You also run that 95 team, for those who don't know it. What is it, the Star, or Gold Link, or the Gold Star?
Gold Star Transport's our business, and Brock's been our driver for the last couple of years since we came out of retirement. But back in 2000, Danny drove our car with help from Luch Monty and the Monty Motorsport team, and we won the Classic in that car. And then we did a bit of a throwback for Danny this year, because obviously Danny came over as a Grand Marshal. So,
Right.
But that is the
Now is that
Outlaws
car
Down Under collection, and
is that car piece for piece?
piece for piece.
Okay.
It's the same tire. The same tires all up, brand new. Tires are like the wing spaces are in the same spot.
Okay.
Everything. Danny sat in it a month ago and couldn't believe how I got it so right for him to be able to.
But it was kind of like relapse in his memories. Basically.
Danny doesn't show much emotion, but that was certainly emotional for all of us.
Oh, and he was joking at the breakfast he might want to race again, you know. So, but he wants to be in a good car.
Absolutely.
Is it going to be in Australia? Is it going to return in Australia? Is that what's going to happen?
There's 549 feature races he's won. 550 rolls off easier. We'll get him squared away.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So obviously some other cars. Do you have any history on the Barbagallo franchise and team and everything?
ALF would be better, I've got to get this guy down here in a minute. Can we just hold this for a minute?
You're
I'll
fine.
take care of this guy?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I'll come back to you on that one. So.
But yeah, running around here and checking things out. Of course, Perth Motorplex running tonight. You have these other cars that are on hand. Looks like some old school Formula 500. So micros of the era, a little bit different. You can kind of see why they would call this division Formula 500s if they came from something that looked like this instead of a micro. 1980s and 90s was driven this car. So this is what a old school Formula 500 used to be in Australia, because a lot of people hear Formula 500 in today's world and think, why don't they just call them micros? Well, if you came from something that looks more so like this, I could see if somebody introduced this to me and asked me, what is that? I mean, I would not have anything to say. If I said Formula 500, it would make sense though. So kind of interesting history to the micro division here in Australia. It is a little bit different. Of course, double barred halos, which is interesting for safety. Apparently they do have a law or a rule here in Australia where you have to have the top of your helmet have a certain amount of spacing from that top bar. And you'll see some of the sprint cars actually have a double barred halo on their vehicle out here racing weekly in Australia. This is the actual original throwback, almost like a Johnny Suggs. This reminds me so much of Johnny Suggs. Some of the Texas audience that watches my videos, almost tit for tat look for Johnny Suggs, a racer out of Texas, black and gold. He had a gold leaf 77. Very interesting, almost same color combo, except this is more so a flat matte kind of style. Metallic actual gold is what the Priolos told me yesterday that they did these letterings in, not only with this car but the replica cars that are here racing this weekend. Of course, really 77 and a half victories. 77 and a half victories. Looks like Shawn is definitely going to be taken up by the cameras over there. As that is the interesting piece right here. It's definitely lined up all the way down with some interesting history. Cars are just done with the engine heat. I guess we could go walking a little bit, right? Hopefully we don't get taken down by something. And then you just saw the old school.
Doing a good job, Chaz.
How's it going?
Good job, mate.
Thank you.
Shows every day.
Who's going to win today?
Chaz. You know what?
Oh, no. Look at him. Look, he's got the hair out.
There you go, mate.
Who's winning today? What? Goodyear? You think Goodyear's going to win? You think the Eastern guys are just going to pop out of nowhere and win?
Callum will win the night. Callum will be up there, but after the Australian title, Goodyear was just full on.
Well, and he's got to be pretty mad that he lost the one, too. Is he here in a 22? What's his number now? Is it 22?
Yeah, 22. Yeah,
he's back to who he used to be.
Yep.
And then the McHugh car is nice looking.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Charge here. He was practicing.
Yeah.
But you are right out of the gate picking out-of-towner to win the race.
Yep.
So disrespectful.
I reckon an open race, actually.
You know what?
I reckon a good 10 cars can win it.
Good 10 cars? You don't think so, though? Goodyear all the way. Okay.
Yeah, Goodyear's on the money.
I think McHugh's experience in the States last year is going to really pay off here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because this is the closest track you have in Australia that I've seen that emulates an American racetrack.
And what do you think of this complex?
It's second to none. I mean, they could talk about Knoxville, but if you put Knoxville stands around it, that's the only difference as far as quality.
Yeah.
I mean, Knoxville can fit, 27,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Y'all can't do that. But outside of the grandstands being huge, and I mean, yeah, Knoxville has suites all across the top, and they got the Hall of Fame, but with a damn drag strip on one fence, turn around and watch a sprint car just sling it off into the corner and throw sliders. There ain't no other place in the world like this.
Right.
And they've been saying we got too many classes.
Yeah.
But I think we got too many divisions. This is the truth here. Get rid of Formula One and all these asphalt punks. Let's just do drag racing and dirt oval. That's it. And rallycross, because apparently they have rallycross here. But anyways, they're going to line up. I'm going to go get a little closer up on them. Alrighty, thank you.
Do dirt carts.
Dirt cart?
Yeah, dirt carts.
Outlaw carts or dirt carts?
Just dirt carts. Just
The affordable division.
affordable division, 200 kilometres north of here,
Really?
in a little country town. Yep.
Is there a lot of them?
We average 100 every time we
Really?
go at race day. Yeah.
Yeah, see, dirt carts are cool because they're affordable. Those outlaw carts are, oh my God.
Yeah,
They're cool. They're cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're cool, but they are a pretty penny. They're definitely set up for the elite.
And I've been to Knoxville twice. Well, that's why I'm got my shirt on.
Oh, you do have a Knoxville shirt on. This
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Yeah. I like going there. I want to go to Eldora though.
Got some cars rolling up to the staging lane. Oh. It is a brisk 100-degree day here in Perth, by the way. Not a cloud in the sky, and you can feel it. There is no shade. If you want shade, you got to go and find it yourself. And so this is the staging lane where people take their vehicles and actually roll up into staging. This is the turn 3 and 4. And this is the walkway for pedestrians to go up into the grandstands, and that's where you walk down and enter the area. Going to be very interesting to see how this guy goes tonight. Jai Corbett, been on the gas a lot. He's going to have a pretty hefty United States schedule, by the way. A lot of Midwest stuff, from what I've seen, if they're doing it. A lot of Midwest stuff, a lot of Husitz, a lot of IRA. Probably some of that Maverick, I would assume. I believe I saw Knoxville on the schedule as well for Jai Corbett. So American team, or American bound as well as the 10 car Corbett. And as we navigate over here onto the front straightaway, you'll be able to see they got the 4 lanes, almost drag strip style. Of course, we kind of did a video like this the other night, but not with fans, not with a race night, not with a bunch of cars on the track. Of course, Clay Per View covering the event this evening. See how they did that Barbagallo in the metallic gold. Definitely stands out a lot better. If it was a pure chrome, you'd have a little bit of an issue with reflection, especially on the dark dirt of the surface. So anyway, fun fact that I actually did learn in the pits, apparently the pitting area here can hold 350 haulers if need be. So pretty crazy the amount of vehicles that the Perth Motorplex can hold in the pitting area, not even just the grandstand area, but in the pitting area. Regardless, it looks like they are busting off cars. Clay Per View is where you can catch all the action. That was pretty cool. We pretty much just got on here to do the whole behind the scenes there with Shawn, going around to all the cars, and we got that out of the way. It is a little sunny out here, as you can tell. Got to close the eye to even see. But Clay Per View to watch the racing tonight. I believe it's 7,000 or 8,000 to win tonight, and then 30 tomorrow. So tomorrow's race will be on 7 Plus for the Australian viewers. But tonight it's on Clay Per View for both the American and Australian audiences. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's going to be interesting. First night here at the Perth Motorplex for myself to watch some racing action. And wow, what a place. What a place. Just look at it. Look at it. Just look at that. Look at it.